श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय 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 राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम 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 जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम सुंदर संसारिक सुंदर अशा बेटा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय ये समझे श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om Pranam. Pranam Swami.
Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam. Yesterday we were trying to understand something of the 5 quotations of Papa. First is, behold, God is within you, God is infinite love. That means when we read this, we pause, we try to understand the meaning, not the literal meaning. Papa keeps on hammering that he is within, you are chanting the name of one who is making you to chant. And he is the subtle and mysterious power, expressing in the form of life force, consciousness and intelligence. Like that. So this is verifiable. No? Then only we say God is within us. Some idea we have to get. Otherwise it is merely reading and memorizing. So what God stands for? Some idea. And it should be verifiable by us. Then only it will go deep. And then God is infinite love. So when all of us are coming from that source, there cannot be any otherness. Today there is otherness there because we have not identified the common factor in everybody. So it might help if we try to go to the source. So everybody must have come from that source. All these things I can understand, but since I have lived a life based upon the me and mine, the otherness is dominant. So it will take time. So Ram Nam helps us. Even the first one, God is within us, Ram Nam helps us. Because Ram stands for subtle and mysterious power. Everywhere we try to link Ram Nam. So absence of otherness can come only when we try to understand the common factor in all of us. Even if we understand intellectually, it will not become a reality because just because we read, we cannot erase the culture we have developed by identifying ourselves with a personality inside. And therefore, independent of everything, therefore, we are unable to connect ourselves with everybody. So there also Ram Nam helps. He is the eternal light and joy that pervade the whole universe. Ultimately, it zeroes from the outer light to the inner light, meaning become aware of yourself. Nobody need teach us. The consciousness, the knowing principle in us, that is the light. On an Amavasi day, at 12 o'clock midnight, in the pitch dark, when we are sitting, if we want to identify an object, we need a light or at least a sound. If these are not there, these are not available, so what do we do? What do we understand? But no light is necessary to know that we are sitting. That light, that awareness. And joy means not the usual one, that which stays with us, objectless happiness. So when we try to trace the origin, our content, inner content, Papa assures us it is nothing but bliss. So only through inward journey this can become, something of it can be understood. Otherwise again it is a statement. Rise above the thought of all mundane things, reach the height and glory of God's pure and effulgent presence. One way of looking at it, that whatever we see, it is always impermanent and changes. We will not be able to we have been asked to see the changeless factor in all the changes. So we look at ourselves, what all we have passed through, but still we are there. Rise above the thought of all mundane things, including the development of my body, mind, intellect, everything. What was the mindset when I was 5 years old, 6 years old? What was my priority and preference? How it changed from period to period. But still I am there. Reach the height and glory of God's pure and effulgent presence. So then when we try to understand the constant factor is there, what is that constant factor? That factor which witnesses all these changes stands for God. So at the moment we are fully preoccupied with the dominance of persons, objects, situation. So we don't fail him. But the moment we try to understand, the changes are all changing. The changeless, that will lead us to the indwelling reality. Give up I and mine and you are face to face with God. Elevate every thought and you dwell in a blissful divine consciousness that is in God. Give up I and mine. Very difficult, but at least as a principle we will accept. So long as I feel that I am independent, I am the planner, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I am the loser, I am the gainer, I will not be able to entertain the thought of God in my heart. Because it starts from me, not from him. So when you say give up, we try to understand that behind this sense of individuality, there is a spirit, there is a power. So which at the moment I am unable to recognize because I and mine is dominant. So I keep on thinking, what is meant by this I? Where I can locate him? Can I describe him? Like that when we pursue, we might slowly step into this realm of spirit. All these things we have to do by inward journey only, not by any other means. So the spirit behind the me and mine, face to face with God. Elevate every thought. Elevate from the me and mine to that higher one, and dwell in blissful divine consciousness that is God. Aspire to realize God. See Him in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end of all things and happenings. The me and mine is dominating even now, after reading, after knowing. It will not go with us. Difficult to eradicate. So we develop a methodology. We try to recognize Him gradually, retaining the sense of individuality. Previously, we were convinced that the sense of individuality is absolute. Now we are trying to slowly feel that it is subservient to that power. I exist because he exists. He exists because I exist. Like that, when we start knowing, we slowly try to accept him, aspire to realize God, see him in the beginning, in the middle, in the end of all things and being. At the very start, he is there. In between, he is there. At the end, he is there. Everything that we handle. Be humble, be pure, be simple, be innocent, and God is yours. Again, how to become humble? Only by knowing, only by recognizing, only by dwelling deeply on what all we have been blessed with. Bodily level, mental level, intellectual level. Slowly or gradually we will develop. What? Even the very language. What is it that I can claim for myself? And pure means, as we said, the absence of mere. Huh?
We forgot to switch off the mic. They're talking about Satsang. Kala Mami forgot to switch off the mic.
Be pure, be simple, be innocent. So he is within us. At the moment he is not expressive because me and mine makes us to arrogate that I can do that. So he keeps quiet. And his very presence is blocking us, So the asserting nature, the desiring nature, the craving nature, that which says priority, preference, all those things, then I will not be. So I have been asked to become simple and innocent. We cannot explain that, because that is the nature of God. It's not that we are trying to become, as we can put it, that as we keep on following certain disciplines with this ideal, what comes out of us is in the form of humbleness, purity, simplicity, innocence. Nobody can lecture, nobody can understand it through any books or any shastras, but a purely an inward journey by which, in short, the more we become aware of his presence, the lesser will be the dominance of me and mine. And that will express itself in the form of humility, purity, simplicity, innocence. Each line,
Sometimes become also Swami.
We become bold also, Swamiji.
No. So we spend about some few minutes in the morning when the mind is fresh. We take up from this topic. Papa has listed 58. Every one of us will take one or two. And during the morning hours, we will try to go within and with a prayer to help us in realizing this. Not by attending the satsang session, it can be. This might be the instrumental cause for starting this. But there should be a schedule of action. That is what now he is prompting us. Enough is enough. You have been reading, you have been storing in your this thing so many things. What happened to you? Do you feel his presence within? And do you feel you are subservient to his power? Do you feel he is the master? Do you feel he has got a master plan for our lives? Tough job, but these are blunt truths. God, who is love, dwells in your heart. Be conscious of this at all times. Then your thoughts are of love, your words are of love, your acts are of love. Absence of otherness. Again it says indirectly me and mine only, absence of me and mine. All of us do that. Not that it is all new to us, but we don't recognize what has been done by us because of him. When somebody is in trouble, our mind immediately says, we should do something. The me and mind for a moment steps down. We feel one with him. Everybody does it, not that we have to, but it is not sustaining, that's all. So we go back to our life and find out there have been many instances when we identify ourselves totally with another person who is in distress. It may be a stranger. Suppose we are traveling in a train. Somebody forgets about something to take. What is your natural tendency? Immediately you try to contact the person and hand. Why? Because the trait is there in everybody. Somebody says, we have not had any food and you are having a food packet. You will share. Somebody is sick. You have got a medicine. You will share. He need not be a known person. So that means God's presence is there and it comes out, but we don't feel that it is He who is prompting us. Therefore, it does not stay with us. Again, the me and mine comes and takes over. Especially somebody uses it and says, oh, what a noble heart you have. I have taken over. No? God who is love.
There's a sloka, we run God from me.
There's a shloka. What, uncle? Talk slowly.
No, when the so-called self-effort fails, we go to God.
Uncle, we are not able to hear you. First 3-4 words are okay. After that, we can't hear you.
Okay. So when the so-called self-effort fails, we run to God for help.
So-called?
Sense of thing fails us, then we run to God for help.
He says when the so-called self-effort, he says when the so-called self-effort goes, we run to God.
Thank you.
Correct.
When the so-called self-effort.
Self-effort fails and we go to God.
Correct. So here now, instead of that, we are trying through our morning sessions, when we are alone, a few minutes of Ramnam vocal, followed by a few minutes of mental chanting, then we try to dwell on all these. Because the Ramnam chanting sets the proper mindset for enabling us to go with it. So we write 1 or 2 or 1 or 2.
But the first point itself, God is within you. That I am not able to sense, Swamiji.
So what was suggested now? We have forgotten. First of all, God is within you. We should have some idea about God. And Papa clearly mentions life is the expression of Atman. Consciousness is the one which makes the individual individual. Intelligence is the factor that provides everything to us. So these three combined together becomes, we will read his own quotation. Clearly he guides us, These are Papa's words. In this world play, there is one power at work, life power. One consciousness that witnesses all its movements. One intelligence that guides and controls all affairs. In fact, one spiritual radiance which is flooding the entire earth. This power and radiance is God, and His will ever triumphs. So He gives us the clue for our pondering. This power, I should be there to pursue this, and I exist because of the life force. The heartbeat, the blood circulation, the digestion, the breathing. And then comes the consciousness that witnesses all its movements. Without that, we are not aware at all. And one intelligence that guides and controls all affairs. This power and radiance is God. So when we say that we are behold God who is within you, so we have some idea. First idea he gave, subtle and mysterious power. Second, a little explanation that he is the life force, consciousness and awareness. Just because we read that, we will not understand. We have to watch. We feel our pulse and we feel the heartbeat. Do I do anything for the heartbeat? We have to ask ourselves. Do I do anything for my blood circulation? Do I do the present me and mine, which says, I don't understand you? Whether that has got any role in the digestion, in the role of breathing. When we know we are not doing anything, because it is direct, verifiable too. So there is a power behind that, which we call it as life. Because in a dead body we don't see these four. And consciousness, easily verifiable. The whole body becomes active only because of consciousness. Right from the moment we get up till we retire to bed, what is it that prompts us, motivates us, supports us? Again, think. And intelligence is the one which has given all. In the form of discovery, invention and innovation, everything has come out. Discovery also, yes. In an orange or in a gooseberry, amla, somebody declared vitamin C is there, no? It is because of the intelligence, probing nature, that he took it up. After trials and error, he could declare to the world. It is a discovery, it's not that he is bringing anything new. So discovery, invent and innovation, because of which we lead our present life. All creature comforts. When we try to dwell upon it, we have some idea about God. And then we know that He is within us. Like that we have to do that. What we are trying, we are only hearing, Or we may be even manana, it helps. But beyond that manana also we should go, We should realize the presence. This must be the method Papa used. That is why he could say that, right from the, what is this? Nail. He was looking at his nail and then said, how does the nail grow? We have a nail cutter. We use it every now and then. But to us, we only cut the nail. To him, he started thinking, how does it grow? We have haircut. Gents. Ladies also, I think, haircut. So the hair grows. He did not simply have the haircut. He was thinking, how does the hair grow? Every 15 days, 20 days, or 1 month we try to trim it, or why? That means the growing is there. What is behind that growing? Like that, when we pursue, then only his presence will be felt, not by knowledge. By knowledge we mean the theory. So the methodology we have to evolve. And Ramnam pulls us and puts us. Connect everything with the Ramnam. That is the anchor, that is the support. So the Ram stands for this. And so he is within us. I have forgotten, I have never knew about it, so I am repeating it. The methodology, that is important. Everything has come out from Papa, not because he learned through the Shastras. He was observing himself and bringing out one by one. Right from the beginning, we have been used to hearing, go for attending for lectures, reading, and so it stays at the knowledge level. There is a thrill in it, that's all. But here, what he employed was everything came out because he was prompted to observe keenly. So we are now praying, why don't you please make me to observe keenly what you have provided? We won't just enjoy or see or observe and go. We go deep into it. For example, 2 days back we went to a nearby place for some function. On our way we saw umpteen number of, solar panels, extensive. So at that time we were thinking, when we were children, when we were students, we have heard about electricity. We were not having electricity at home, but we have heard about electricity from texts. And then when we visit other places, we see where the electric light is there. And then in a place like Wayanad, we used to see the tea estates, and that every tea estate will have a tea factory. And the leaf, when it is plucked, it has to be processed within a specified time. So they must, for that they need, the factory has to be run, and factory can be run only with electricity, but electricity was not there in Wayanad at that time. So immediately, the intelligent part started working in somebody's mind. Then they decided that if we can produce electricity through steam, because trains have started moving from 1700s. So they used to grow, suppose they have got 10,000 acres, 5,000 acres, in say 50 acres or 100 acres, they will have a small tree called casuarina that will be planted and it will be cut. That will be used as the fuel. And water will come and the steam is produced. Steam is related to something, generator. Then the generator produces electricity. Oh, all this much. Next stage we find, next stage we found, wherever there is possible, they can put a dam to the flowing water and conserve it, and so that it can be used. At the moment it is not used for irrigating the lands. Somebody else thought, apart from that, from the water, when it, with all forces, when the waterfall comes, we can do something by which, the electric power can be produced from this hydroelectric. I think till 25 years back or 30 years back, Kerala was purely depending upon hydroelectric only. So whenever there is shortage of rain, the water level comes down in the dam, and to that extent the electricity production will not be there. So we used to have often power cuts. Then the stage came coal. Somebody was, the intriguing nature, the intelligence started working. That coal, everybody cannot have this firewood. So coal is the best one, which is used for trains, to irrigate. So where from get? Somebody started mining, locating it. So many people sacrificed for that, and finally they found coal mines, and then it was unearthed, that was transported, and that was used to produce electricity. And later on, probably in the 70s or 80s, nuclear power started. From there, electricity, and now these all, the input we have to spend. But later on, the intelligence propelled by him, say, draw, I am there, 365 days, I am giving you the power through sun. Why don't you draw that power? Only the investment is there. Afterwards, you don't have to pay anything for the input. So all these thoughts, when we saw that, what all you have provided, discovery, invention, innovation, like that, nothing should be taken casually.
Windmills are also there. Windmills.
Windmill, yes, windmill also. Windmill is also somewhere where we happen to see that, yes. But this is the reliable one now, because windmill, at times, there is no wind. They must have spent a lot of money. Wherever it's possible, they also eke out. But here, nothing is necessary, He is available to everybody, entire world. And it never diminishes, It never reduces. The power remains same. See? So not merely learning, not merely observing, something else, so that He is placing before us. As spiritual aspirants, we look at it with this aspect. Others may look at it with a different perspective. And He releases it only in installments. Through this discovery, invention and innovation. Marvelous. Then we look at ourselves, what all we are enjoying. So God is within me. This is the primary vital aspect. We don't have to go through the entire 57.
Oh, internet is dropped. I'm just recording. Just like that.
No, not able to hear.
Not speaking.
Though there are 58 points given by Papa, as you said, one is enough. That will answer everything. But since our mind will not stick on to that, we need different varieties, that's all. Varieties of approach. So that is why 58. Ultimately, if we understand one, that is enough. That is why it is suggested that early morning when we sit, not in the midst of our usual day, what you call routine thoughts, where the tendency is to acquire more and more academic knowledge. Unknowingly, our intellect guides us to store so many academic knowledge. And it has gifted us with an efficient method of storing it. For example, when we were taught the conjugation of verb, that great person who took that class, he told us, keep on reading. This is only the basement, foundation. But if you have to build up the language, you have to keep on reading. Not merely reading, is it? When you read, you will come across with new words, new usages, new idioms, phrases. Immediately write down and trying to understand it through your own mother tongue. And new word means you are having that new word to be used late by you. That is why you are provided with that new word. It can be used only when you go deep into it, not by just mugging up. We remember that. So we used to have a notebook where any new word comes, we do not know. Then we write down, go to the dictionary, write the meaning. Whatever he makes us to get in touch with. 99% it was in the mother tongue. Only 1% you can see in the English language. That was the limitation we had at that time. So when we came out and entered the professional career, naturally, everywhere English is predominant. So then the same procedure. Even today when we read something, Sanskrit we don't know, but the meaning we understand. Through Malayalam we try to understand how to render the Sanskrit language. When we learn that, we immediately sit and write. 2-3 times we write, and then you tear the paper. So it gets stamped. That means a methodology has to be evolved by us. Nobody can give us a guidance. Each one's methodology may be different. We are satisfied with what is given to us collectively, lecture, reading, book. That is why nothing stays with us. There should be an individual effort. An individual effort only will give you this. The whole session will become useful only if backed up by that. That is why, in spite of hearing so many things, in spite of lectures, learning slogas, attending, doing pujas, attending so many such programs, we still find out where we have been able to feel His presence within.
Swamiji, when we put our individual effort, let me take up our ego in that India.
என்னவோ வரட்டும், ego வந்துவிட்டும் வராகிருக்கட்டும், we must know that He is making us to talk. If I am all, அது எப்போதும் மனசில் வந்தால் போதும். யார் என்னில் நானாக இருக்கேன்? How is it that I feel that I am? Simple enough. അതായത് ഞാൻ ഇതിൽ പഠിക്കുന്നത് തന്നെ ഈഗോ, അത് ഇത്, ഗാഡ് ഇതിൻ്റെ പേര് വെറുതെ മൈൻഡ് ഈസ് ടേക്കിംഗ് ഇറ്റ് അവേ. ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് ടു ഗോ വിത്തിൻ, യു നോ. Immediately we say, yes, I exist, I agree. ஆகிக்கட்டும், அது அப்படி வராக இருக்காது. ஓன்லி பை ரியலைசிங் இட் வராக இருக்கு. ഞാനെന്നൊരു സാധനം ഇല്ലേന്ന് ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ ഉള്ളിൽ നിന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കണമേ. ഞാനില്ലേലും അത് ഞാനില്ലേന്ന് ചൊല്ലുന്നത് ഞാൻ തന്നെ. I am not there, who is telling that I am? But, so suppose we try to understand what is this I, which can be had only through inward journey. I try to see the I factor in me, in my body, in my various places. Then I find I cannot locate him.
How to erase பண்றணுமே?
erase பண்ண வேண்டாம், இது பண்ணுறது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக erase ஆகும். Only don't worry about erasing. Erasing is the outcome. When we keep on doing it, automatically the erasing will take place. Because you are now convinced that you don't exist by yourself. You are not what you feel so. And who am I? Papa would beautiful in the book. I don't know whether you can see it from this. Book. Glimpses of divine vision. You open this. First, what is religion? On those days, religion means, spirituality. Okay. He says, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. Next line. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. Next, to arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline. Next line is very important. Transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect. About ourselves, we have sets. We have to go beyond that, then only we'll know. And then, embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. This constitutes religion. We can say constitutes spirituality. Again, so Papa has written, the first one, somebody was kind enough to bring it out as the first topic in the small book. This is enough. No other book is needed also. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. Who, to know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline. That is the only guidance he has given. What is that? We have to develop ourselves. So we are used to this Nama chanting. So we try to understand, connect Nama chanting with this. We are not full-timers, so we will be involved in various activities. So the Seva dimension. And the mind should not be preoccupied with only chanting and Seva. Once in a way it should go within jhana. So the triune path, Nam Seva Dhyan, will help us to know who we are in reality. So far, though we have been chanting, we have not applied on this level. Those of you who have this book, Glimpses of Divine Vision, small book, first page. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. Where from the so-called me came. Who really am I? So, but we have trained our equipment on a certain level, outward. We have developed intelligence, we have developed memory power, we have developed the application, so many things. But here Papa says, take it out. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, not merely thought. Some vratas, some self-denials, some focusing. Thought and discipline transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect. The other day we saw, in one of the quotation, go to in spiritual nakedness of the soul. Puja Swamiji said, we go as naked as we were. When we started. Then we started putting so many things on us in the form of so many things, and now we have to undo all these things. That is why outside knowledge cannot help us. It can only thicken. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then embarking on the realm of the spirit, capital S, spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. So the first word, God, behold, God is within you. So if that has to be made clear, as you said, we should know. What is God? Where is He? We have been trained, we have been unknowingly, unwittingly trained to see Him, search for Him only outside. And we were getting some joy also, so we thought that is the truth. But we now understand, no, He is within us, then we will understand He is also outside us. So what is Papa is emphasizing now is that you concentrate, do that manana, deep manana, nididhyasana. Absorption should take place. not merely reflecting. Absorption should be. So, the best way is morning, spend about 5 to 10 minutes or 20 minutes. There we try to bring out all these efforts, read one or two, and then start going within, make the mind calm and serene, and then try to. Everything should be verified by us. Those who have got simple faith, there is no problem. And they will not be sitting in the satsang, because they are satisfied. We feel we have got faith. No. Still we are trying to get something from outside. So we have to employ a method where faith and self-effort both goes together. Faith is the preliminary, spiritual life. There should be a faith. That faith, spirit is within me, faith. Then self-effort is to make it a reality. Now we are asking, so this morning hour we will try to bring these two together. Now what we are doing is only hearing, and it will stay at the, suppose we are attentive, it will stay at the intellectual level. And we have found that all these intellectual level will not help us in realizing it. The intellect can grasp external things, but it cannot turn back and grasp its own divine source. Our vehicle, powerful vehicle, is the intellect. If we start from the intellect, we will never be able to understand the power behind it. It cannot. The intellect can grasp external things. This is there in the Thus Speaks Ramdas. Simple book. With a pair of tongs, you can hold material objects. But the tongs cannot catch the hands which hold it. Similarly, the intellect cannot grasp God or self, the higher power behind it. The best use of the intellect is to help us know its limitations. So what we get from the satsang or from books or from somebody's lecture is only intellectual datas. See, the disturbance has taken us off.
Mic stopped.
Mike, don't worry, no. Let us be at least, let us at least, because it's a very subjective subject.
Yes,
The intellect, whatever we get from outside, it is grasped by the intellect, stored by the intellect, aids us to produce it outside, but it cannot help us to know the power because of which it is functioning. It is beyond the realm of the purview of the intellect. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. So here it is clear cut that we have to go, that is why he said go beyond the norm set by mind, intellect and body. Then only we will know the truth. The intellect can convey only that which is outside. Intellect cannot convey the power behind it, How can it convey the power behind it? At best we can go, there is a power, that's all. That will help us to go beyond the intellect. Intellect helps us to know that there is a power behind the intellect. Then we have to leave it, but we won't leave it, no. That is why this morning session, 5 minutes, 7 minutes or 10 minutes, we are prompted to repeat, because that is the real absorption effort. The fullest gain of what we have been doing all these years. Bhajagovindam, you must have heard, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhajamudamade, Samprapte, Sannihite Kale, Nahi Rakshati, Dukrinchakarana. All this intellectual exercise, storing, which will not help us, but you, at the time of leaving, but for that you remember him. Remember him is the only way by him. So remembering him is beyond the purview of this intellect, mind and intellect. And in that composition, Shankaracharya brings everything that we encounter every day. So it helps us. That is the first one. Nahi rakshati. Grammar rules will not help us. Grammar rules means secular knowledge. Grammar rules will not help us to know him because it is the knowledge that we get it from outside. Because this is the one which is propelling, which is activating the intellect, the equipment. That power cannot be seen. That's why Papa beautifully said the tongs can hold anything, but it cannot hold the hands which holds the, what is that? He said, with a pair of tongs you can hold material objects, but the tongs cannot catch the hands which hold it. But it cannot hand this. Similarly, the intellect cannot grasp God or self, the higher power behind it. The best use of the intellect is to help us know its own limitations. That means if I stay at the intellectual level, we will be always far away from the truth. That is simple truth. The mind will not allow us to go in. From one to another, it will keep on making us to shift. So this morning, 10 minutes, where we don't touch any book, we become conscious of the life force. We become conscious of the consciousness witnessing it. And then the sense of individuality, which is a product of this, pleads, you are there, why don't you make me aware of your presence? And mysteriously, each one will get a guidance from within, in a unique way. Please think over. The real purpose of satsang or learning shastras or hearing lectures, everything is okay. It has got a limit. It helps us to some extent, no doubt. But ultimate has to come from leaving everything and going within. Simple. Papa used to bluntly say that, you remember, sadhana is to know that by sadhana alone you cannot reach him. Sadhana is to know that by sadhana alone you cannot reach him. We thought this, if we do all these things, we will be able to know. We have been trying. No. So the play of the intellect, it has got limitations, But the intellect teaches us that you have to go beyond me. Then only you will know who is propelling me to act as an intellect. Please think over. Pray to him to prompt you to spend about a few minutes every day morning.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes. Hari Om.
Yes, Swamiji, we will try every
We will try, we will try. Okay, very good, very good. Then only the real sadhana starts. Whatever we have been doing, that is a what do you call, outside sadhana. The real sadhana, inside sadhana starts only when we do this. Leave everything, no master, no teachers, no shastras. Because even before all these things, he is with me, I have to leave everything.
Early morning is the best, Swamiji.
Best.
Early.
When you have not transacted with anybody else. When the mind is fresh. Okay. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram.